Welcome to the lesson that will demonstrate how to complete your slide for the Building Vocabulary unit. Slide number 2 provides the directions, and slide number 3 shows an example of what you will be setting up. As you can see, I have the word dilapidated. I have a definition that I got from one of these sources. I wrote 2 sentences that included that word. I also wrote the synonyms. Those are the words that go with dilapidated. Be sure to choose a synonym that complements your word. And then the antonyms, which are the opposite. And then an image that goes with the word that you're using. So in this case, the image I used complements one of my sentences. So you're going to go to the slide that you were assigned. You will replace this with your name. So for example, if your name is Julie, you would type in Julie. And then you would type in your word. So let's say your word is illuminate. You would then go to one of these sources. You would type in your word and then find a couple words that describe what illuminate means. So to supply or brighten with light. So maybe I'll say brighten with light as one of them. And maybe put a comma and go get another one. Another good one might to make clear. If you do copy, let's say you were to take that text and do Control C or Command C. To copy that text and go back, you would want to right-click and choose Paste without formatting because we want to keep the font consistent on the slide. Now you're going to come up with 2 sentences. But before doing that, we're going to go ahead and go to another source to get synonyms. I highly recommend clicking on source 2 to get to the thesaurus, which gives a lot more words for the synonyms and antonyms. So I'll go ahead and type in illuminate in this case, and you can see their definition is right there, to make light. But if you look below, you see all the synonyms. And if you look below that, you'll see the antonyms. So you can get most of your information here to fill in your slide. I easily found 5 synonyms, and when looking at the antonyms, I didn't like my choices. I did get 4, so if you run into this problem, go ahead. I'm going to do a new tab. I will type in antonyms for illuminate, and I will look for sources that will help me find a better synonym.
Did she just say synonym instead of antonym?
Than was available on that previous website. I found this site, 142 illuminate antonyms, and I'm going to go ahead and find a word from this source. I'll go ahead and choose blacken. So I'll go ahead and type that in. Now that I have a better understanding of the word, I'm in a position to write 2 sentences. My first sentence isn't very interesting, but it does make sense with the word. The room was illuminated when all the lights were turned on. Now, if you're struggling with finding sentences, you could go ahead and type in illuminate in a sentence. Don't steal the information, but what you want to do is get ideas if you're struggling with the word that you have. So I went ahead and found a site that had many sentences with the word illuminated and was able to come up with an idea of another sentence. So here's my sentence. The children were finally able to see while walking home in the dark once the streets were turned on, illuminating their path. Now, last but not least, you're going to find an image. To replace the image, you select it and you go to the Replace Image. Choose either Upload from Computer or Search the Web. If you have an image on your computer, you would choose this and then go to the folder that has your image. Otherwise, you would choose Replace Image, search the web, and then type in maybe light. It would help if I spelt it correctly. Do keep in mind that these might not necessarily be copyright-friendly images. So if you look at this image and you want to use it, you would select it and choose Replace. This image goes with one of my sentences. If copyright is an issue, you could go to a site called Pixabay, and I'll go ahead and type in streetlight because that's what I'm talking about in my sentence. So I'm going to look for an image to complement my sentence. So I like this image. I will right-click and I will choose Save Image As. I'm going to put it on my desktop and I'll call it streetlight. I will then go back to my slide. I will select that image, Replace Image, Upload from Computer, go to that desktop image and select it. This concludes the session on how to set up your slide for the Building Vocabulary unit. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.